Hey everyone, I'm Brent with Gibraltar Hardware, and welcome to this week's episode of Brent's Hang. As you can see, we're out in the warehouse. It's gonna be noisy, it's gonna be loud, but we don't care because we're Gibraltar. We like to make noise. And plus, it's a good place for us to go and bang. But anyways, I get a lot of questions from drummers on how they can convert their floor toms with legs to rack toms, or they've got a rack tom where the tom bracket is mounted directly to the shell, and they don't want that. They want the tom to be suspended without having any sound getting lost in the transference into the bass drum or the tom arm. So I've got a number of ways that I'm going to show you how to do that. For those of you that have a floor tom with legs and you're looking to convert it into a hanging floor tom, or you have a rack tom with the drum bracket drilled directly into the shell, but you don't want the bracket on the shell, you want it suspended, you need a RIMS suspension system of some sort. Now, we offer a RIMS suspension system, and it's called the GTS Mounting System. We offer a range of sizes, diameters with different lug combinations, all the way from 8 to 16 inch, but we don't offer 15, so don't even ask. But I'm gonna show you how this works using a 10-inch 5-lug GTS mounting system. So here's the actual RIMS suspension system. It attaches to 4 different tension rods. It has 4 rubber grommets that the tension rods slide through to prevent any unnecessary sound transference. This is the mounting plate. This attaches directly to the suspension hoop by these 3 screws. Now, as you can see, there is a nylon spacer attached right here, but this only is needed on the 8 and 10-inch toms to help attach the mounting plate to the suspension hoop. For anything larger, 12 and up, you don't need it. Now, as you can see, there's a variety of different funny looking hole spacings right here. What this is for your tom bracket. Every tom has to have a tom bracket in order to attach it to a tom arm. But we have a variety of different hole groupings here, so you can use your own tom bracket if you need, or if you need to buy one because yours doesn't work, we offer a tom bracket that'll work perfectly for this. This is the SC-STL4, and it has a 2-inch hole spacing, and it'll fit perfectly with this mount. Now, let's attach this to the drum and see how it works. Okay, so here's the GTS system applied to the drum. Because it's attached to 4 tension rods, there is no play in between the mount and the actual drum, so it's very sturdy. Plus, now you get as much resonance as the drum will allow. For those of you that are looking for a suspension mount that's a little bit more low profile, the universal suspension mount is perfect. Because this only attaches to 2 tension rods and not 4, there is less suspension hoop going around the drum. The tension rod mounts are adjustable. They slide left and right, and they allow you to use this one mount to adapt to an 8-inch to a 14-inch drum. You can lock the tension rod mounts into place by just tightening these little drum key screws right here. The mounting plate has a variety of hole configurations, so you can attach your own tom bracket to it, or you can use one of ours. Whatever works. Now, the different part about this is this little rubber shell protector right here. What this is to prevent the mounting plate from hitting the shell, and it protects your shell. Because this is only mounted to 2 tension rods, this is going to want to swing a little bit. So this rubber shell protector prevents this from swinging right into the shell. So here's the USS mount attached to the drum. As you can see, it is a little bit more low profile. It's attached to 2 lugs instead of 4. Now let me show you something. Remember when I told you that the drum swings on this mount a little bit? That's what the shell protector is for. It's to prevent the shell from swinging into the mounting plate. You will never have to worry about your tom swinging like this because you will never ever mount your tom at an angle that will cause the tom to swing like that. So tom brackets are required anytime you need to mount a tom to a tom arm. It's the actual mechanism that grips onto the tom post. Now, there are 2 types of tom brackets. There's brackets that attach to a RIMS suspension system, and there's brackets that attach directly to the shell themselves. For those of you that are looking for a RIMS suspension tom bracket, the SC-STL2 is a great bracket for this. It's flat on the back, so it matches up perfectly with the mounting plate. It sandwiches onto a tom arm with 2 drum key screws that secure the tom bracket to the tom arm, and it's designed to fit over tom posts of about 10.5 to 12.7 millimeters in diameter. And it comes with a memory lock, so that you can memorize the positioning on the tom arm. It comes with 2 sets of screws. One set's longer in case you need a little bit longer screw in order to mount it. Now the SC-STL3 is exactly the same as the STL2, except for instead of it having 2 drum key screws to secure onto the tom arm, it's got 1 drum key screw and a wing nut. The other type bracket that I mentioned was the shell-mounted bracket. And these are brackets that you see on all floor toms with legs. This is the mechanism that actually connects the leg to the shell. Now the SC-STL4 is a great bracket to mount to floor toms or rack toms. It has a hinged clamping mechanism that is designed to fit over a 10.5 to 12.7 millimeter post or leg. It comes with a memory lock so that you can memorize the positioning of the tom leg or tom arm. Another shell-mounted tom bracket that we offer is the SC-670TB, and this bracket is for all you players out there that like to use the pearl-style tom arms. This requires a 7/8 inch tom arm, and it's a very small, unobtrusive looking bracket. It attaches directly to your shell, and you can place your tom arm directly inside it, and there you go. Well, that's all the time we've got for this week's show. Thanks for watching. I hope to help clear up any questions you guys may have regarding suspending toms. But remember to leave a comment and subscribe so you always know when we're going to release a new video. See you next week.